Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
All right, you guys, welcome back. This is your girl Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat.
Hey Moni.
Hey, what? You don't know that one? Are you ready for what? Okay.
Is this cheerleading?
Kind of. It's like one of those call and response boys. You remember that?
Even when we were going into this, I mentioned like we're black. I'm not up on all the things, especially from childhood, because I went to a white school.
That we were black.
So
Remember?
I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know all of the things.
Hold my hands up high, my feet down low, and that's the way.
That ain't little big piccolo. Okay, well, maybe I do.
Okay, came back. Well, welcome back, you guys. We are here celebrating a very special day. Today's actually
Not just any day.
Not just any day. It's our anniversary. It's our anniversary. Hey, you and me.
And I've only made plans. That's a lie. I had a lot of plans today,
That's
actually.
So true. The plans were
a lot of stuff leading up to this, but couldn't let it pass because we mentioned this on the live. You see, you learned.
Mm-hmm.
You learned.
Yep, you guys.
Oh, I lost my train of thought.
So you guys were celebrating our 200th episode today. So that's the special day, everybody. And I'm really excited to do it. I'm so proud of us.
Oh, I was going to say, we mentioned on the live that it's been a week.
Oh, it's been a week.
That's what I was trying to get up to. It's been a week. And if it hadn't been our 200th episode, I would have very seriously suggested we just pull a Patreon episode and put that up as a regular episode. And just throw the little thing. But we can't do that. Not for this big boy.
I mean, you guys deserve it all. We deserve it all too. So we are definitely in a celebratory mood, and we wanted to get into a movie that we had mentioned. I feel like we actually announced this before, but never actually did it because I couldn't get to the theater to actually see it. But we are going to be reviewing the movie One of Them Days, and I feel like it's super apt for how this week has gone. I don't know. I feel like I find myself feeling like I'm having one of them days damn near every day, friend. I don't know about you.
Yeah, usually around like 2:30. It's like
I need a nap.
It's like, ooh, it's like I've been at it since 6 a.m.
Yeah.
It's like I'm coming up on, I really do wish like our culture, because we're in such a grind culture. And you know when you hear about countries that have like siestas?
Yes, I do.
And that seems like such a good idea. And it's so antithetical to like American capitalism, but like in the middle of the day, and it's so good for your brain too. It can also stave off dementia, like taking midday naps and stuff like that. But we're like, nah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep driving sleep deprived.
Right, for what too though? That's what it feels
more
like.
Money,
You know,
just a little bit more.
Not even enough to make a difference though. Eggs are like $12 for like 3. It's not okay. So anywho, you guys, it was just really important to review something that was gonna be fun and, you know, just celebratory, but also too relatable. So I can't wait to get into this episode. Let's do a nice little cheers, friend, because as you may
200 episodes.
think, yay, I love it.
I'm making eye
So,
contact.
yes, that was not creepy at all, friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, but our drinks that we have, you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, they're inspired by our topic today, One of Them Days. So there was a drink. It was a Hot Cheeto martini. And so we replicated that with a little honey around the rim and then crumbled some Hot Cheetos. So you can see that as a garnish with a little lime slice and the beverage in there. So they look pretty cute. They're not, you know, it's one of those things where the more you drink it, the better it tastes. But I don't know if that's just because you're more drunk now.
I feel that way about a Shiraz.
You know, listen, it's a vibe. So yeah, really fun and festive, you guys. We're celebrating ourselves because we deserve it all. That is my mantra for this year. Thank you, Kendra, for that. And I want to give you guys a brief synopsis about this movie. So the movie One of Them Days features Keke Palmer and SZA as best friends and roommates, Drew and Alyssa. The plot follows the duo as they scramble to avoid eviction after discovering that Alyssa's boyfriend has spent their rent money. Their chaotic, comedic journey puts their friendship to the test as they attempt to find a way out of their predicament. Very nice. I'm liking it.
I liked
feel
it too.
Okay, I see what you're doing here, guys. It's giving Girl Friday. I see what you mean. So before we actually get into this 200th episode review of One of Them Days, guys, if you're new here, we like to dedicate each and every episode. So hands over your hearts, everyone. We want to dedicate this episode to our patrons. When I say we are so appreciative of you guys and the support that you give us, thank you so much. If you guys are not patrons, you should slide on over to our Patreon. We have lots of bonus content over there for you guys. And then I want to officially, is this your dedication? Can you see that?
Kinda.
Okay. I won't say that.
Well, I'll allow it.
Okay. All right. So my personal dedication is actually for two people. So the first person is my uncle, which was my husband's dad's brother, Uncle Bookie. We lost him a couple weeks ago. His funeral was yesterday, so definitely one of them days. It was a beautiful service, and I feel like it was a beautiful celebration of his energy and positivity and love. And so it just felt nice to go into a service that felt like a celebration. Because sometimes, not like it wasn't sad. It was extremely sad, but it felt joyful at the same time. So it was just really beautiful. He was a beautiful soul, and he'll be very much missed. So shout out to you. And then also to your grandma, who we lost recently, and we'll be going to her funeral in a couple of days. Your granny has always, she is my grandma, she adopted me in. And I spent the better part of my early 20s into my early 30s spending literally every Sunday with you and your family, your granny making these good meals and sharing her love and sharing her humor and her hospitality, and just an amazing woman. Warm, loved her so much. So she'll be missed. They will both be missed. And couldn't start this episode without acknowledging both of those beautiful folks. So just grateful for them in my life, basically. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, friend?
Yes, and definitely learned of the value of persistence from my grandma, for sure. So I'm dedicating this episode to the power of kindness, which to me kind of reminds me of my grandmother, because we've been talking a lot about power on the podcast. And I'm going to mess up an Alice Walker quote, but something to the effect of, the main way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. Ooh. And I realized that my grandmother, we're in Women's History Month, and I think about everything that she had to live through as far as segregation and sexism, and not even being able to learn how to drive a car, because of sexism, and just how she still refused to give up what she could control, which is how she felt and how she related to other people. And she decided that even with the way I've been treated, I'm not going to treat people that way. And to me, that's very, very powerful. So, yeah, dedication over.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so you guys, we're gonna get into it. And so this movie was released this year, January 17th. It was directed by Lawrence Lamont. Some of the producers, we got Issa Rae. We all know and love her. Some of these people I'm not familiar with, but we've got Sarah Rastogi, we've got Poppy Hanks, James Lopez, and Denise Davis. And it was distributed by Sony Pictures. And in the box office so far, I guess $48.1 million. That's pretty, is that good?
It depends on what the budget was.
Oh, that is true. Don't know that.
It sounds good though.
It sounds good.
I went to see it twice.
Okay, let's go.
I went to see it by myself, and then I took my daughter to see it because she was like, "Oh yeah, I want to see the SZA movie."
Okay, well, so then Do you mind doing a little breakdown of the plot and story of our
and keep in mind, guys, we spoil everything.
Yes,
just
please.
general. We should put that like
Pew,
on
pew,
the
pew,
thumbnail,
pew.
like
Yes,
spoilers hard.
Yeah, for sure.
But yes, so we start out with Keke Palmer. What's her name?
Drew.
Keke Palmer and SZA.
As Alyssa.
Alyssa. They're roommates. And so Drew, she's very ambitious. She's like, I'm working at the Waffle House, but I'm washing lettuce, but next week it's the fries.
That's right.
So she's like, I'm gonna take their management course and stuff like that. But first I gotta get my braids finished and get a good night's sleep. So she lives in these apartments. Imagine like those apartments from Insecure.
Yes.
The dunes.
The exact ones.
So she shows up and Alyssa, I'm just gonna call her SZA.
Okay.
SZA is, there, and she's like, girl, I just need to get some sleep. Out comes SZA's homosexual boyfriend.
Damn.
And you can tell that he and Drew have an antagonistic relationship, but SZA's in the love zone because underneath his gray boxer brief, he has an unreasonable monster swimming around that is just completely cutting off her nervous system and reasoning center. So turns out SZA gave the rent money to the boyfriend to pay the rent, which why would you do
I
that?
had no idea. That was a bit of a plot hole for me. It's like,
Girl,
I don't want to assume you're that damn
not,
stupid.
and you're not that busy either.
No, you're not.
You didn't have time to run over the rent check.
Goodbye.
Whatever. But anyway, they're about to be put out by their super hostile landlord. So now they have to go into problem solving mode, and they end up tracking him down to his other girl's house and try to get the money back. But he's like, nah, spend it on these raggedy acrylic Gucci shirts. So they go to give blood. That doesn't work out. They try to sell some Jordans. That doesn't work out. Finally, they're trying to gentrify the apartments, and they're able to link up with one of the new tenants who's a lovely woman who we would consider white named Beth, and she helps her to do a pop-up art shop, and they're able to save the day. But they go through the ups and downs, and then it kind of reaffirms their friendship in a very cute way. And then it resolves themselves with Hot Cheeto martinis.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
So that was inspiration. What a great breakdown. That was really good. Very, very detailed there. So, what were your first impressions? Like, I know you've seen the movie twice. I only saw it the once. But before I actually watched it, I feel like, I'm trying to think, what was I expecting? Like, I guess I had heard that it was kind of like the Female Friday. So I knew it was going to be like hijinks and like
zany.
Zaniness and stuff. So I feel like it was pretty much what I expected. You know what I mean? Like,
there was a girl, Debo. I've been calling her Shebo.
She was, yeah, that was good, Shebo. I like that. Yeah, it was about what I expected. And I feel like, the influence, you can see a lot of the Issa influence in it, with it being in LA, and just like you say, like the dunes, it was giving the same kind of feel and energy.
And it all happens in a 24-hour period.
Yes.
So you got that clicking. I like the ticking clock, the way they, showed that. That was very humorous.
Yeah, I like that too. And I'm trying to think, so what did you think about the dynamic between Drew and Alyssa, their friendship?
I thought it was super cute.
I liked you know what? SZA and Keke had really great chemistry.
I feel like for one, Keke is always just so entertaining. She just won Entertainment of the Year.
Did she really?
Yeah,
Good
I forget on what, but she deserved it. Ever since the days of True Jackson VIP,
True's cute.
Yeah, I've just always loved me some Keke. Or really Akilah and the Bee, to take it back even further. She's just an incredibly talented individual. And then SZA too, she's got all the Riz, as the kids would call it.
Does.
And so, watching them together was really, really fun. I remember when I watched Hustlers like years ago.
I never did see that.
You're not missing anything.
I know.
I remember thinking, because Lizzo and Keke were in it.
Oh, okay. And I remember you saying like
Cardi.
They should have been the main characters.
And the chick who played Betty on Riverdale. All of their scenes were way more interesting than the J-Lo and the other chick. Yeah. I was like, damn, I need to go back to them, because I could see them getting into some hijinks. That was the funniest parts, especially Cardi.
Okay.
Like, that was the part she was born to play.
Yeah.
So, but yes, you get the way they talk to each other, and the way they wouldn't give up on each other. It's like you're getting on my nerves, but also at the same time, I love you. But seriously, how come you keep texting this dude? Like, really though? Like, it can't be that dynamic.
Seriously. So then that brings me to, like there are scenarios with friends sometimes, like especially when they're dating people you don't like. Did we talk about this once already?
I'm sure more than once.
Let's talk about it a little bit more.
Okay.
So like, your friend's dating somebody that you know is terrible for them. Like, how do you, like, that's the thing. And you know why they're dating. I mean, like in this scenario, we're assuming that because he has a monstrous penis, he knows what to do with it. That's not always the case. I'd like to put that out there.
Yeah, but he
clearly,
seemed like he knew what he was doing.
Right, because he wasn't.
He doesn't do anything else.
All the blood flow was going down there because he did not seem very, very bright.
I was actually having that very thought myself. It's like, wow, it probably takes so much blood to maintain this erection that your reasoning center isn't being nourished.
Or you're a dumbass, aka you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
So I don't like. What kind of advice would you give people if they were ever in a situation like that? Or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that it comes from a scarcity mindset. Because if you think like this is the only good penis in the world, then maybe that explains your behavior. But when you're aware of that, it's like there's
other ones out
There's
there.
a plethora of penis in the world.
Plethora of penis.
And you don't really need to be like focused in on this, especially this one who seems to be such a financial drain.
But it's right there, friend.
It is right there.
Just right there. It's the convenience of it all.
You think about, and then of course chemistry is a very real thing too, right? So it is hard to sometimes find that right. But yeah, you have to remember too, like, you can't, especially when she gives her the lines, it's like, he doesn't like you. He doesn't respect you. Like, we straight up found him at this other chick's house. You already were breaking into his other phone. Like, this is just a lot. This isn't how it should feel. Like, when you're really in love with someone, I loved it when she was like, girl, can't you see I'm lost?
Duh. Hello. Can't you see I'm lost? See, bitch, I need you to get unlost. That's what I'm saying to you right now. Like,
that part
you find
took me
yourself?
out. It's like, bitch, can't you see I'm lost?
Hello? Oh, my God.
So, yeah, when you find yourself lost, for one, make sure you can maintain being by yourself, because if you don't want to be with you, why with somebody else? You know, it's kind of like when we were talking about before, like it's men and women. You need to make sure you're good with you. And also, too, she's just already violating, because not only should he not be living with you, he shouldn't even know where you live. Like, letting some man, I just really don't like the idea of, hosting dick. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, you should be...
Go home, Roger.
Yeah.
Do
like,
not be here.
To me, that would, at this point in my life, that would just be so unappealing.
Yuck.
I wouldn't be able to perform.
And you have a roommate.
That's also
like,
super...
come on, man. Like, it would have to be, and again, like, I guess for people who do have roommates, and like, let's say it's unreasonable to think that maybe sometimes, especially if it's somebody you're seeing over time, but we have to work out some kind of schedule. Like, I should never see this man.
Not in my robe.
Not in my, ooh, he sure did.
That was like, and you know I don't like this, like, and
oof, you know I would be, now that's the kind of petty shit I would be fucking
It's not petty
pissed.
though. I feel like that'd be big. Like, you, not only are you like,
oh, I'm never gonna. I don't know if
I'm mad that you're in here and your stuff is all over here. But the fact that you don't even like, you need my clothing on top. Like I said, she's on her grind. So sometimes you're too tired to argue. I get that too.
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes you realize like, this is messed up, but I just did a 14-hour shift and I can't right now.
It's been one of them days.
I also left out too, there was a love interest, Keke Palmer's love interest, which was a much more attractive candidate, Maniac. I don't know what the actor's name was, but yeah, the character's name was Maniac. And but he didn't act like a maniac. He was a gentleman.
He was nice.
Yeah. Like, that's what he bought her the chicken.
I'm mad at you.
I like that was his first move. He was like, hey,
I'm gonna feed you, girl.
It's like, get in this air conditioned car and we'll get you some chicken. And she was
smashed.
Let's go back a little. So I still haven't watched the the blood bank scene.
Oh, you haven't?
I knew what was coming, and I just closed my eyes until they left. Huh?
It wasn't real.
I don't care.
Remember when I spilled my drink earlier? You were like, at least it wasn't blood.
That's why. Because I could not. I was like,
Okay.
That just. I get it. It's funny. It's zany. It wasn't real blood. It's prop blood.
Twice.
I have trouble with crazy amounts of blood.
Okay. That's fair. It smells gross too in real life when there's a lot of it around. It's very metally.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's
disgusting. Anywho, sorry.
That's why I don't like it. That's why, and then just the silliness of it all. Because how much blood did she give?
It was
a killing a person amount.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, just so people know that, like that, they were just playing that for comic effect. If you give that much blood, for one, they won't let you. They had Ava from Abbott Elementary being bad at her job. I loved her cameo.
She's
and
cute.
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams' cameo was funny too. Right outside
Because
the
while
check
they're trying to
place.
get the rent money, so they're trying to come up with the rent money, and they stop at one of the what are those?
Check cashing.
Cashing what are they? The payday loans.
Yeah.
Payday, those same things.
Yeah,
So
same thing.
payday loans, cash checking coins. They are scams.
Yes, they are. Please
You
don't go
should
there. Don't go there.
John Oliver did a great bit about this, like years ago, about how if you need money, do anything else than go to those places, because what ends up happening is to get out of that situation, you're gonna have to do something else, because that's not the solution.
So you might as well
you're
do
just giving
something
yourself
else.
another problem, and
It's bad.
it wasn't Cat Williams' like best performance. He was, but it was still funny, and he was spitting game. Like seriously, don't do anything.
So don't go in there.
Don't.
I'm trying to save lives.
And it didn't matter to them. Their credit was so bad that they couldn't even get a loan from the payday loan
That's
people.
pretty bad.
That's
pretty bad.
because they'll give anybody money because they're not really, they're just trying to enslave you economically.
Which is sad.
It is.
And don't sign up for that. But also too, after the blood bank scene, they had to get borrowed clothes from was it one of those little box
Well,
places?
they had laid some, when on my second viewing, I noticed they laid some breadcrumbs. And so at the blood bank place, they said they take clothing donations. You
Okay, I knew it was a
you see
donation
like
place,
a little
a box
poster or
thing.
something. So yeah, they had to.
Their outfits were she had
Because
a
she was like,
windbreaker
where
board.
y'all coming from? He was like, gymnastics.
They looked ridiculous.
They didn't
That
look
was
great.
the thing. It was like the zaniness was very like Saturday Night Live skits. You know what I mean? Like it was very silly. Kind of like the movie with Michelle Buteau and Alana.
Was it not Broads? Babes,
yeah. Like, the water breaking scene and just, like it was like
it's
real
a little
silly.
over the top. But,
Yeah.
and like her getting electrocuted on the thing.
Yes.
That would kill you.
Yeah, it would kill you. So if you're going for accuracy, like if you're somebody who like that, she would have died. It's like, we know. Just let it be silly. That's what it's supposed to be. And I feel like, there's plenty of movies like that that the dominant culture put out there that were like, clearly this is,
like
supposed to be
Hangover.
Funny. Hey, yeah, it's supposed to be funny.
Like it's
Absolutely. So I really like that. And then let's see, what happened after that, man? Do you think that they really would have sold all that art at the pop-up boy?
Yeah. I think that is
got that
kind of
right.
like I think that was believable to me. Like of all the things
that they tried.
Like
let's
that
lean on our talent.
Yeah. I really liked that kind of turnaround where she was like they were able to use what they already had to solve their problem.
But also, part of them solving their problems, I noticed, involved somebody from the dominant culture as well, though, because
it was a little white savory.
I mean, yeah, a little bit, but I mean, also the point being that sometimes it's who you know, right? Like, because in this setting, it was like they had this super raggedy old ass apartment, like the ceiling was crumbling, like it was really bad, and so their landlord was trying to attract new people, so he was like redoing some of the units, and he was gearing, setting them out. And so when their neighbor got this apartment, hers was like super nice. Like they got to go in there.
works.
They was like, hold on now, this is super nice. And she was the first one, so she bought one of their paintings and like for like $300. This is after they get kicked out. They're sitting in front of the apartment.
Yeah, she's like, are you guys having a yard sale? She's like,
yes,
yeah, Beth.
Yes, okay. And so she bought one of her. So that was kind of like the first inkling of like, oh, okay, people will buy this.
And that was Lexi from Euphoria. Did you watch Euphoria?
I did.
So remember the
Lexi.
sister, Cassie's sister?
Oh, that was her?
That was the actress.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't catch that.
That wrote the play.
I did, yes.
God
oh,
bless
yes.
America. That was such a good show.
Man, we've never
Shout out
talked
to
about-
Drake.
What?
He was the producer on Euphoria.
Was he?
Yeah.
I feel like I heard that before.
Yeah, it's always at the credits.
Oh, but what
You're not surprised that he produced a show about sexy teenagers?
But produce though, in terms of like, because doesn't sometimes that just mean you gave money?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Anywho, I still love that show though.
It's so good.
It was really good. We should talk about that one
I
time.
agree. I like talking about Zendaya,
I like her.
and I like all
She's
the
amazing.
actors on that show was
They did so good.
Phenomenal.
I was like, man.
But yeah, the acting was very cool, and yeah, that was
Yeah.
Lexi.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, I mean, maybe that was a little white saviory. I don't know.
Maybe, but
But
know
also,
what?
I just
I'd
felt
rather
like-
have a white savior than a white enemy.
Oh, never thought about that.
You know what I mean? Because she could have been like, I don't give a fuck. You know, like
That
she
is
could have been
true.
like, that's their problem.
She wasn't even
But
coming
'cause
in
remember-
trying to.
But later
save
on,
the
when
day,
she
though.
was hearing the danger element, she was like, wait a minute, is someone in danger? See, I keep hearing the thing. She kept trying to be like, no, are you seriously in danger? Because
Right.
I do like that energy of like, hey, let me help you out. Because not
They
for
were like, no,
nothing,
go
I've
home.
had to, I've had some, not that it's, I've had some white people help me out. You
There's
know?
nothing wrong with that.
You
Don't
know,
get me
yeah.
wrong. I'm just.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you
that
just
could
use,
be-
because if you see your privilege as sort of like a superpower, use your superpowers for good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When I was watching it, I wasn't necessarily thinking that, but talking back about it, I was like, I wonder if that is part of it. But also, too, you got to use your resources.
Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't like she was using work that SZA had already done and just help her to get the marketing around
contacts
it.
and stuff.
And then it actually ended up helping Keke get the job,
So, you know.
Drew, because she.
Oh yeah.
Because let's go back. Okay, so Keke, what's the name? What was the boyfriend? A little trifling homosexual name.
I don't remember his name.
We'll just call him trifling homosexual.
Okay.
SZA's boyfriend.
Call him Snake.
He was when she ended up tracking him down to his other chick spot. It was like Big Booty Bernice or something like that.
Bernice. It was Bernice.
It was Bernice. Okay. I felt like she was miscast. Not that the chick was a bad actress. She did a great job in the role. It's just, I feel like both of our protagonists were packing more than her in the cheek department.
More. Yeah. Well. Yes. SZA has quite the
Posterior.
cakes.
So
She
to
got
me,
cakes, yeah, for
just
sure.
visually, that joke didn't land because they kept
Because it was
using
like her
it as a
booty wasn't even
punchline.
that big, though.
It wasn't, and I mean,
it was. You had a nice.
and it's
excuse
like
me,
the actress, no
ma'am.
disrespect,
Your
but I'm
booty
just
cheeks
saying,
are
I
more-
see bigger booties at Kroger.
They're more robust than mine, probably. Maybe. But
I wouldn't even say that, honestly. Like, it was just,
she just had a regular kind of butt, though, right?
I mean,
It was cute. Let
I
me
mean,
look
it
it
was-
up. I'm about to look up Bernice's butt.
I don't want to disparage it. I'm
You're
just
just saying, yeah.
that for the visual gag to hit, that this is a big booty girl. This, at least in my hood, she wouldn't be considered a big booty girl.
No,
at
no, no.
all.
I got you.
Like, she
Yeah.
wouldn't have gotten that nickname.
If SZA had put on them same shorts that she had on, she would have been the big booty girl for sure. Yeah. Keke, she's a cute
That's what
little
I'm
figure.
saying too. Like, that's what I'm saying.
doesn't
Like,
have a big
I
booty,
can't say that
but-
she was more cake. Like, Bernice was more caked up than Keke
She
though.
was though, I think.
I can't prove it, but
Yeah,
definitely not more than SZA.
definitely not.
So
no.
that's my thing. Like, for the joke to work, you would have had to find
She need
somebody
a
more
big
caked up than
booty.
SZA, and that's
Okay.
my big takeaway.
Okay.
That's my big problem with the film. Like,
Bernice's booty
the
was
booties
not
weren't
big
big.
enough.
Yeah, like
Bernice's booty Not big enough. That was almost an alliteration. Okay, I like it.
You were close.
That was good.
So
Okay.
yeah, that was. But other than that, like I
That's
was
funny.
scared of her though. Like I wouldn't say that to her face.
Ooh,
Like
so she probably whooped my ass.
like I
boy.
don't want this kind of problem.
You gotta know.
Man, she be actually, and I did kind of hate that
was
scene
cute.
because I would hate to think that one girl could beat both of our
That was
asses.
kind of messed up, right in front of
Doing
girls.
us like the Three Stooges
Man.
and she Mo. I'm like, I just know I don't know if I would respect either of us
That is
after
so
that.
true. It's like, you mean to tell me? Yeah, her booty. Hold up. Well, I'm sorry. I get
Her booty, hold
Apparently,
up.
I'm transfixed about her. I mean, she had a nice butt though, but it wasn't like so big.
She's
though.
having to do a lot to make it move. I feel like kid chicks who are really cheeked up, you don't have to do all
You
of
just
that.
walk, and then
Yeah,
you're done.
you
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Like she was,
Okay.
maybe she was, and she seemed like she was super good. I was to say, I don't want to take anything away from her.
No, she was great. We loved it.
You know, like she played her part. It just would have been, it's really SZA's fault for being so caked up. Like if she
And
was,
if I'm taking anything away from this, is that you need the butts to be bigger.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
especially in LA. Like I feel like, and like I said, just in my everyday life, I see like,
You ain't lying. I see ladies in scrubs at my job with booties bigger than that
killing them.
every single day.
Like just absolutely like
Just caked
God
up for no
bless
reason.
America.
It's like, why
Like,
are your scrubs this tight?
What? I'm like, okay. But yes.
Okay.
That was
Quite a tangent on butts here.
I always said about our book club, don't come around unless you like margaritas and fat asses.
That's so true.
Because
man.
that's
That's what
a
this
feature.
is about. Mhm.
It's a feature for sure.
Okay. And then let's see, we got terrible landlords. We talked about him. Oh, it made me think about the dumb boyfriend. Made me think about what you say all the time about how good dick is a prison.
Oh, I got that from Horrible Decisions.
Did you? Okay.
Yes,
Shout out
so
to you, ladies.
not completely rip them off, I'll cite my sources. But yes, I think Wheezy said that good dick is a prison.
Yeah. It's not.
But
a
it doesn't
prison.
have to be.
It's a prison of your own making.
Yes, like
So,
most mental
don't play yourself,
prisons.
yeah.
And I think that's why the mental prisons are the most pernicious. Pimps bring that up a lot.
pimping.
That like that's how you really trap a bitch. Like, because anybody can beat up a woman, but you have to really, you know, have that Joker like hold on
Wow. I just love to hear you talk about pimping. It's like
I'm telling
contrast
you,
of it
I
is so
was.
funny.
It just comes up a lot because
It
I'm
does.
just like it's fascinating.
So what else? What are on the if you're new here, like let's just pretend like this is your first.
It's like welcome. Right. We just did a podcasting thing too. We probably got some new listeners who were like, "Hey, listen to our podcast."
Yeah.
It's like,
new
so
here.
if you're new, the past runner about pimping and fat asses might be a little off-putting. Stick
Yes,
with us.
stick
we're
with us,
we're
guys.
actually very intellectual,
It's
and we're
okay.
gonna read a book next week.
And also, pimping still comes up when we review books that have nothing to do with pimping. Because
I mean, I
it
was
just
referencing a
happens.
book earlier with
You
the pimp. It
were.
was a book called Pimp
We still need to read
by
on
Iceberg
here.
Slim. Reach out if you'd like to read Iceberg Slim's seminal, or not seminal, like just iconic
There you go,
novel,
iconic.
Pimp.
Okay.
Let us know.
Yeah.
It's a short one too. It's just really well written.
Did he write it himself? No
Funny
ghostwriters?
enough, Pimp's really good with words.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this.
Or we could watch the documentary about his life too. Like they.
I'm with it.
Okay.
Do it all. I think it'd be good. Like, especially if it's a quick read. It's like, the documentary. Not like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with it, friend. Well, this is making me think too. We talked about just the element of the friendship and some of the ups and downs and how like financial things can sometimes get in the way of friendships. Sometimes relationships, romantic relationships of your partners can get in the way. But I did like how they found their way through
Back.
all of that. And so it makes me think about our journey. I mean, like we are celebrating our 200th episode. And what would you...
I'll drink to that.
You should. I mean, over the 200 episodes, what do you feel like keeps you, showing up? Because, I mean, there's been a lot of shenanigans between
Oh.
the last 100 episodes. And, we've had a lot of those days in there, and we're still here for our 200. So what do you think? How do you think we did it?
I think it's I think our lives have led up to this.
Wow.
Just if you want to talk about doing stuff when you're tired, doing stuff when you don't feel good, I would say that motherhood really prepared us for this. Like, if this podcast is our baby and we just have to take care of our baby, like, not that we just work on it once a week, but if you think about how persistent taking care of the actual babies were and how unrelenting it was, I even feel like going back to school, like, everything's felt easy compared to parenting.
Yeah.
So after you've done that, it's not like podcasting isn't hard, but when I compare it to all the other hard stuff I've had to go through, it's not, it's quite pleasurable, really. And I feel like I get a lot out of it. Like, it's very fulfilling. So that's what keeps me coming back. What about you?
Yeah, Ditto did that. I feel like our lives have prepared us for this in a lot of ways because, we do hard stuff every day. And so it's like, at least the payoff for this has been, like the partnerships that we've built with people and just solidifying our friendship in a way that's really unique. Because, we have...
Were you worried? Like, when we first started, like, it could interrupt our friendship? Because you see people fall out, like the Bodega Boys.
That's true, but I always say we haven't had enough money thrown at us for that to really be tested, but I wasn't...
But do you think it was just the money, though, when podcasts break up? Because you think about even, like, Weezy and Mandy on Horrible Decisions, like...
They don't break up because of the money.
Huh?
They don't break up because of the money.
Right.
So
like, that's what kept them together,
there, or it's breaking you apart. Feel me? Like,
right. Because for them, if it wasn't the money, they'd have been
gone. It's like, bitch, they wouldn't be still sitting here with the stats that we've got talking about. We just show up every day because we love it. It's like, fuck that. Barely like you. So, part of it is you bring me back because I like you, actually.
Right.
But also, I do think that, so the question is, do I think it's the money that broke theirs up?
Or just like podcasting? Well, what is it about podcasting that seems, because that's the other thing, too, because I think sometimes people discover, like, they don't actually like each other because they have to talk so much.
Yeah, I think that could be it. I also think it can be... just like any group, we talked about group projects, you know what I mean? And how, like, sometimes
podcasting is a group project.
It's a group project, and I think that there could be resentment that maybe grows because, like, if the work isn't split equally, or even if it's not split equally, if the person who's doing more, or I think there could just be that perception of, like, I'm doing more, so I deserve more, especially when it comes to being compensated in a financial way, or even before that happens, even if that actually never happens or happens on a smaller scale. I think, if you feel like you're carrying most of the weight of the podcasting work, because like you're saying, it is work, you could get tired of that. And especially if you don't see the monetary gain of it. And then after a while, again, it's like, it's relentless. Like, you have to do it all the time. And it's like, if you don't have anybody sharing that load and I think that could be part of it too. So, or just creative differences. I think as things grow and scale too, like what our podcast is now versus what it could be or turn into, like if it turned into like a People's Couch situation, for example, and that's not something that one of us liked, you know what I mean? It would be hard to continue, and that could be contentious. So, I think it's a lot of stuff that can break, podcasts, not only podcasts, but just partnerships in general. I think it usually is all the same shit, whether it's podcast or interpersonal relationships, but, I'm not really worried about it. At this point, I do think that it could happen only because, I think anything's possible at any time. You know what I mean? Sure. But you would hope not.
That's the fun thing about life.
Yeah. I think just when you think it can't happen to you, it's like, bitch, there you go. Every day's a fight. We talked about that. So
every day.
But I definitely feel like what we have on our side is that genuine sort of affection for each other. So it makes it easy to show up.
Yeah.
It's like I want to show up.
Like if I was just like,
you.
God damn. Like, what am I gonna talk to her about?
Yeah.
And like I said, we still end up just like turn the cameras off, and it's like it's still
So true. So true. Yeah, so I'm really proud of us, friend.
I
think
am too.
we are,
I knew we could do it though.
Yeah.
Like I'm proud of us, but I'm not surprised. Because like I said, like I don't think it would, because that's the thing too. I think we both have incredible work ethics.
Yeah, for sure.
That we've kind of observed from our families growing up. Like that's the thing, like you don't quit, like you just, and that was a beautiful thing from the movie. Like, because it did seem a couple times where it's just like, damn, Big Booty Bernice done came and stole the money. Let's give up. And maybe we can be hobosexuals. Like,
man, we got the outfit, so I mean.
Right? But it was like, no.
Yeah,
the day's not over. I still got 4 hours left. We're going to figure something out.
Yeah, and that's the moral of the story. So it's all full circle.
You just keep going. You fall back, you go forward. You fall back, you go forward. This life is happening to everybody.
It sure is. You're not that special.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, you're special, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Are you ready to rate it?
Or do you want to after the break?
First?
Yeah, break. I like rating after the break. Come back after the break, and you'll see how we're rating this. You probably know how we're going to rate it.
Okay, be right back, guys. So welcome back from the break, you guys. Yeah, this was really, really fun. I'm glad we had something light to talk about this week, friend, because it has been one of them days, one of them weeks. And
the kind that hurts your back.
In your neck. My neck and my back. Okay. Oh, what I was going to ask you, friend, so it was referred to as the Female Friday. I mean, did you feel like it pretty much was?
Yes.
Like, okay,
I'm surprised DJ
Shiva.
Pooh didn't write it.
Yeah.
I was like, was he attached? Because, man, it hit a lot of the same beats.
Yeah, it
but
did.
not unpleasantly.
No, it was fun. It was good.
I remember one of the best experiences of my life was seeing Friday in theaters. Yes, that's how old Kat is.
In theaters. Wow.
At Lafayette Square.
Damn. That doesn't mean anything to anyone not from Indy, but damn. Okay. Like,
it was
my God.
so real. It was so good.
Friday was fun. That was a good time.
Man, just it was such a joyful experience. So yeah.
Well, so other than Bernice's booty not being as big as it should have been for her name and for the joke, was there anything else in the movie that you were like,
that I couldn't get past?
Yeah, that
I
just
would
like
have
interrupted
liked.
your life, you know?
Not really.
Okay.
That's the only thing I really would have changed.
Okay.
Like
if I had power.
because
over.
I'm such a visual person. So if the visual gag doesn't land for me, like I'm taken out of it. And my brain is just like, I don't know. I don't see it. Her booty's not that big. Although it is big.
They
You
should
know
just
what I'm
give her a
saying?
prosthetic.
It's not like I couldn't call her like, she's just like some flat ass hoe. No.
And
Like,
then it could have been like, damn, when we saw her and the whole
yes,
thing. Like,
because that is the reaction when you actually see a really
giant
large
booty.
one. It's just like, wowzers. Like,
that's a giant butt.
jeepers. But like, she's still buying her clothes like in the regular, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's
that's
not having
true.
trouble
She can
finding
fit these
for
jeans I got
girls.
on.
Exactly. For
Yeah.
girls who are really packing like that, you have to like, life's a little harder for you, but also easier for you.
Yeah. Okay. Right. You have special problems with that, but okay. So no notes really. I mean, like I said, I think you suspend some of those. Like, okay, clearly their stuff wouldn't get sent out in front of the apartments on day one of meeting your rent.
Like
and
he
stuff
cleared
like
that apartment out really
me a
fast.
break.
So it was like, come on.
Yeah, give me a break. So like little stuff like that was like, oh, okay. But also, I feel like that's what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like it was supposed to be that sort of sticky.
Yeah. Lucy and Ethel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean the shenanigans had to happen.
Yeah.
So we needed some of that.
I
want to
see more of them together.
They were cute.
Like
I liked it.
I would definitely tune in for another one of them days.
Yeah, another one of them days. Yeah. It was really cute though. So I think let's rate the show.
Okay.
So why don't you go first?
I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 hot Cheeto martinis.
Ooh, 5 out of 5.
Because at first we tried the martinis on the live, like we took her, and then at first we were like, but then we got into it. Yeah.
Which, AKA, we're drunk now, guys. Jeez, just say it, Kat. Don't insult these people's intelligence. All right, we are drunk now. Just kidding, not really all the way, but
I'm a little bubbly.
Little bubbly. I'm gonna say, I want to give this. I don't feel like I can give it 5.
Okay.
I don't know why though.
It was the big booty thing, probably.
No.
Yeah, that was definitely it.
But I'm just gonna give it 5 J's actually though.
Oh,
the ones that were up there.
J1s.
Yeah.
Retro.
Yeah. Give it 5. I'm four of those.
Yeah, Little Rail was in there.
Two pair.
It was a stacked movie, man. It was some real talent.
Yeah, it was
a lot of Black All-Stars.
I liked it. I liked it for that too, because it was like, yeah, okay. Just felt like I mean, I guess because I'm not really into like Medea movies or anything like that. So this was kind of like my, the silly, zany, like I can deal with this kind of silly.
This
I'm
level.
okay with that. And then, so I really liked it. Yeah, it was cute.
Well, speaking of hijinks, I feel like Justin Baldini is involved in some when it comes to this Blake Lively case. Yeah, I said it.
Wow, we're back here again.
Yeah, we're back here,
wow,
guys.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Like
This
I
is
said,
never complaining cat, by the way.
never complaining cat. But you know what cat does like? Facts. So
let's tell us.
It's not going to court until next year, but I want to clear the air about some of this stuff because I feel like.
Well, pause. I think you're assuming. Most people probably do know. Just real quick, do a background of what you're talking about.
Listeners, for the people who don't know, Blake Lively and others have filed suit against Justin Baldini and others about what happened on the set of It Ends With Us. And right now, what I feel like is happening is that she is being punished publicly for making this accusation, which happens to a lot of people when they actually want accountability for being treated poorly. And part of the suit that she's bringing is not just for the treatment, but also for everything punitive that he's done since she made the accusation, because you should be able to make a complaint without being personally attacked. Because if you didn't do anything, you should be able to say like, hey, I've got receipts. I didn't do anything inappropriate. I think what's being left out of the narrative is the fact that this isn't just Blake making this accusation. She's just the most famous person out of everyone in the suit. So that's who the media is focusing on. But there are also other people who were made uncomfortable by things he was doing and saying on the set. And she's not just suing Justin either. She's also suing other people who were involved because she tried to solve this nicely. She tried to just talk about it and like, hey, a lot of things you're doing and saying are making me and other people uncomfortable. Can we roll that back? I don't know about you. I've had those experiences at work. I've never felt like I could say anything because I'd lose my job. And, that's that. Fortunately, and here's what's really the thing, is like, to me, if a rich, beautiful, thin, white woman can't defend herself at work, there is no hope for me, okay? Like, there...
Wow.
That's why...
Okay. I mean...
So, I'm just saying, before people... Because I feel like right now what his PR team is trying to do is just muddy the waters and put out a lot of information bad about both of them, so that people are just like, oh, well, they're both terrible. It's like, let's put that on pause, because yes, it's true. She did have her wedding on a plantation in 2012 with, because I've been calling her Mrs. Mint Mobile because her husband, Ryan does the Mint Mobile stuff. But like, yes, they did do that in 2012 and they apologized. Like they're like, oh, we didn't have any black friends to tell us that was trifling. And that's how most rich white people, for real, like that's their lives. I can't say, I don't have the moral authority to be like, I'd be so different if I was a rich white person. You know what I mean? Like, if I grew up like that, I would like to think I'd be amazing. Maybe I wouldn't be. So, I don't think that means she deserves to be sexually harassed at work.
I was just going to say, what would that actually have to do, though, with the fact that, like, somebody walks in
Once
on
again,
you
you just
breastfeeding
want
at
to
work?
think like, well, you're an asshole, so that's why you're making this accusation against
Well, if
this
that happens,
innocent man who did nothing wrong ever. Like, one of the things she's accusing him of is walking in on her while she's breastfeeding. Like, to me, that is like, ooh, she did just have her fourth child with her husband. And he was, it's just a lot of stuff. So I'll link the articles because I read an article that was outside the U.S., which to me kind of helped maybe because that's one of the places. Because how PR companies work is they pay different media outlets to either publish or not publish certain things. So when you're looking at places outside the United States, they're not being influenced in that way.
Right.
So yeah, just something to check out and like really read about it. Don't just go off of what you're hearing on podcasts like ours or things or what's being fed to you. Like actually like go out and search for information from things that you don't regularly read because you'll get some more information about it. Or if you're a real nerd, read the legal documents. That's what they're counting on you to not do.
Did you do that?
No, I just read summaries of because I don't even read our emails.
It's like, I don't have time for this. Yeah. It's a lot going on. We told you guys it's a lot. But also, I think that's good advice no matter what's going on. It's probably,
Yeah, it's called epistemology. Like, that's the process of learning how to figure out what's true.
How do you spell that?
Epistemology?
Yes. Epistemology.
I don't know if you...
Omology, I can spell that part.
like the epistles. So,
Epistomophiles.
There it goes. Epistemology. The philosophical study of nature, origin, and limits of human knowledge. This term is derived from the Greek episteme and logos, according to the field, sometimes referred to as theory of knowledge.
Okay.
So yeah, like sometimes you have to like kind of figure out how to parse what's real and what isn't and kind of sniff out because to me, it's looking like if I'm just looking at this case and kind of sniffing out the BS and just, like I said, I'm using my own life experiences, kind of like, generally, let's just say, you and I decided to sue you because you've been sexually harassing me. Right. That seems to be the first reaction.
I ain't do nothing to you.
Right. And let's just say like, well, Moni just sent me some like really inappropriate like text and was calling me at inappropriate times. And I just want the judge to look at that. And you're like, well, I didn't do anything wrong, but I don't want you looking at my text.
You can look at that text if you want to. You can't have all my goddamn
of course.
text. Get out my business.
Right. But like you could just like, yes, like I usually can't wait to show people like, oh, this bitch is lying. See, here is this, that you can ask Verizon. Okay. Right. You don't even have to ask me. Like, would you pull whatever you need to pull because I don't like being lied on.
Yeah, for sure.
Like me personally.
If I have proof that you're lying.
And let's just say instead of doing that, instead you just hired a PR firm to make me look crazy.
Right. Well, I'm definitely on that. Just playing.
My whole thing is I usually don't have to pay people to make other people look crazy. They usually do that on their own. I'm usually able to point to it's like this, trust me, crazy. So yeah, that's just something that I've been using to distract myself from the political news because I don't watch that no more.
But also too, the same advice I would say applies to that news guys, because right now you don't know what's true, and then you do have some of that sort of witch hunt stuff happening. You know what I mean? Like where you say something this person doesn't like, now they have. It's just like it's so goonish,
fake
man.
news.
It's just crazy. Yeah, it's like, dude, I'm so tired. Again, it's one of those years. It's gonna be one of those.
It's just one of them years.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of them
terms.
One of them terms.
One of them terms where we're just gonna be undoing a lot of the fallout for years. Kind of like Reagan's 8 years in office. He really did a number. Not a great guy.
I guess we can spin the wheel. Spin it!
Okay, for our 201st episode, we will be reading Vindicated, Confessions of a Video Vixen 10 Years Later by Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead.
Also, coming up Friday, Feel So Official Fridays.
Ooh,
Looking forward to it because I hope we're talking about Blake Lively. We're
hope
not. We're not. We're
No.
not. But I do think you're
Well,
right.
What is it?
Huh?
What is that event?
Oh, this is a Second Fridays event being thrown by Fab Fave, Ebony Chappelle, and the Free People Party. I'm really looking forward to it. I've never experienced it, so I'll know more after it. So I'll know for sure. But yeah.
Well, if it's Ebony, then you know it's a good time.
Yeah,
Definitely
but
good time.
yeah, it's gonna be a conversation somewhere. I don't know. It's on my ticket. I haven't looked at the ticket yet,
Okay, that'll be fun.
but I do
I
have
like
a
that.
ticket for it. So
Okay.
looking forward to that. And yeah, people, your body belongs to you, so use it to look for the truth. And a lot of times, the truth doesn't always flatter your worldview.
It's true. I think that's solid. I think we should leave it with that, friend. I have nothing else to add. Happy 200th episode, friend. Thank you for being here. Let's
Happy
shake
200th
hands.
episode.
Wow, that was powerful.
Was it?
No.
I was about to say that doesn't sound like me.
But you are powerful. Just not in that
I
way.
am. No, I do not have upper body strength.
That was fun, guys. See why I like coming here? All right, guys. See you next time. Peace. Bye.
Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake-ass book club. Cheers. Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.